Hey everybody, and welcome to Hex Token channel. Woohoo! We're having a lot of fun here, of course. Yes. The big launch, of course, PulsePot Phase 1, of course, Phase 1 of 2. And, of course, in 10 days' time, we're expecting the gaming to begin. And, of course, it's going to be a lot of fun. The revolution will begin in this crypto iGaming or casino space. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And we're going to talk a lot about that. So get into it. We're going to split up this live stream into 3 parts. We're going to have PulsePot launch Phase 1 first. Then we're going to jump into the Hex ecosystem. And then we're going to jump back into PulsePot Phase 1 launch again. That's pretty much going to be a wrap-up of our live stream today. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Very, very cool. Now, it's probably Saturday evening in the Northern Hemisphere. It's just 12:32 p.m. here on Sunday, the 2nd of October. So big shout out to everybody around the world there. In fact, I've got the calendar here. I think it's got, what time is it? 12:30 in the morning on Sunday in London. So just people are asleep there mostly. And of course, it's still, about 4:30 in Los Angeles and 7:30 in the evening on Saturday. So still everyone's partying up on Saturday. And what a great time to have a launch for PulsePot, right? Is to have this. So pretty cool. Now what we got, obviously the price comes out of the gate. We've got the 15-minute chart up here for PulsePot, and of course PLSP token there, and of course only just launched a little while ago there, maybe about an hour ago, and of course away we are at the moment. In fact, it's probably a bit longer than an hour ago, because I can see that the chart's been running a bit longer. Let's have a look how many hours it actually is. What it says here, it's been running a little bit longer, although I think it only launched about an hour ago, so I'm a bit confused about the price chart. That's just the way it goes. We've got the price at $5.84, and of course the high of $8.39, which is straight out of the gate. I remember watching that on Heinz Crypto channel there, and of course the volumes have just come in. So yeah, it really looks like we just started here. Obviously the contract was probably set up there, but it looks like we really just started here around the $5 mark, and away we've gone here. So you can see it's gone from $5, went all the way up to $8.42. So what's that? $5.842. Remember, this is the market price, not the guaranteed price on the gaming platform. That's something we can look for in about 10 days' time when Phase 2 starts. So that's a 68% increase at the moment. And, of course, at the moment, the price is currently up 17%. Yeah, boy. Now, obviously, you've got to get rid of the dumpers at the beginning. That's just normal, the pumpers and dumpers. And, of course, you see some dumping in here from large holders. Got to get rid of them. And, of course, get the accumulation phase. So pretty much that's where we're at the stage. We've got, and over the last 24 hours, or at least since we've started the chart, the last hour or so, we've got 240 transactions, 164 buys, and 76 sells. So definitely buyer's market. And of course, once we absorb some of the selling from people that are getting airdrops from the sacrifice, then it's going to look really cool. So well done to Jacob, and of course all the team there at PulsePot. A really awesome day for them, and of course awesome day for everybody that believes in the PulsePot. All those sacrifices. Was it something like 1,700 of them? We're going to get into all that stuff too during the live stream. You can see the trades down the bottom here. We're going to watching this. This is on the BNB chain, the first launch. Remember, it's going to be multi-chain. Everybody with the sacrifice gets the airdrop. 805,000 going to the sacrifices. That's on each chain. So that's how much got airdropped today. So we're going to talk about that too. Let's get into the chat and say hello though. We've got a few people in the house, and of course we've got lots to talk about. We're going to go through the contract for PulsePot. We're going to go through that. We're going to go through the sacrifice. We're going to go through the Dapp with staking. We're going to talk about all that stuff. So stay tuned to make sure I'm on the right place here. Cool. And yeah, we're going to get into all of that as well. So it should be a lot of fun. All right. So cool. Let us get who's in the house here. We've got J-Man. Hey, J-Man in the house. KD first. Good to see KD. Rothko in the house as well. D Hexientialist is in the house there, man. I'm sure you're trying to make your name as tough as possible. That is pretty awesome, though. That is quite the name there, D. Hex Hodder in the house. The thumbnail is on fire. Yeah, I like it too. Who likes the Miami Dolphin cheerleaders? That match pretty well with the yellow for PulsePot. I thought was pretty good. Change the blue to Hex shade and logos be more on fire, says Hex Hodder. Hey, Katie in the house there. Good to see Katie. Hey, we've got the emoji. If you're Hex Token channel, a member in the channel, you've got the emoji, PulsePot emoji. Let me paste that out. I just added that in tribute for the launch. So there we are. Bam, 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 bam. So if you're Hex Token channel member, smash out those PulsePots. If you're not a member, hit the join button. We've got Pulsekins, Hexkins, and Richard R. Club. Get in there, folks. Looks pretty awesome. J-Man says, hello, everybody. And hello, Suitman. Jono and House. Hey, yo, Suitman. Good morning to you. Hey, good morning to you, man. Have we had so much good news or what? I mean, we've been covering so much good news on this channel, honestly, with things that are happening. It's just incredible. And PulsePot is just another major project launching, I think, that's going to be really, really awesome and surprise big time to the upside. I think it's going to be pretty cool. Now, there were a number of YouTubers out there that were, I'm thinking of Fashion Coder, Corey Costa, and other people, Magic Carpet Ride, that have been talking about PulsePot. So I think there's going to be quite a decent amount of YouTubers promoting PulsePot as we lead into the first launch. I think it's going to be pretty exciting. And of course, here on Hex Token, we are as well. And of course, Heinz Crypto, big shout out to him for the launch video earlier today. Katie in house there, party time. Let's go, says J-Man. Decent liquidity, says Hexodol. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. The liquidity's looking pretty good. $270,000 at the moment. Price of $5.85. Not too bad, I think. Pretty good strong start there. Sandy Beach in house there. Woo! Hello, Hex Token, says Sandy Beach. Good to see Sandy Beach and one of our moderators and awesome community members. Christian's in house here. Yes, sir. I got my hands on a few tokens and stake them. I'm going to wait till the quick flippers are out and buy more. Yeah, I think that's what I'm doing too, Christian. I don't normally talk about what I'm doing, but I'm waiting to see whether once we get rid of all the weekends, and then of course it's time to accumulate. That's what you always want to do at the beginning. Accumulate. If you believe in the project, of course, you must do your own investment due diligence. Nothing on this channel is investment advice, just my opinion. So just remember that. How Brennan in the house there. Howdy, Suitman. Daylight savings has time started in Australia today. Nice one. That means you guys are closer to us because we were like 3 hours difference or something. And so we had daylight savings last weekend. And as you guys know, it caught me out on my live stream. I started my live stream an hour early. That was crazy stuff right there. Sandy Beach says, I'm everywhere, says Sandy Beach, you are indeed. Christian says, thanks, Suitman. Because of you and others, I'm able to learn and participate. Hey, Christian, you're welcome, man. That's what we're here for. And hopefully the ethos on this channel does that. You guys know I only really like to cover as best possible projects that I think have a really good chance of being successful. And of course, there's always risk in the game. But we do try to look at probability. And of course, this PulsePot is one of the leading innovators in the iGaming / crypto casino space. And of course, the first ones to really do a decentralized crypto casino where you get to own the house, as it were. So I think it's pretty exciting. And I think some of the games are going to be, entice a lot of people that like that sort of thing in crypto. Some people like NFTs, some people like crypto casinos, some people like staking tokens. And of course, it's up to you what you want to do, right? So very cool. Flat Earth says, hey, Suitman. Hey, everyone. Hey, good to see you, Flat Earth. And Dallas Cowboy Chillers. Yeah, Katie, you like that one on the thumbnail? I like it too. It's a celebration. I called them early this morning. And of course, they wanted to celebrate the PulsePot launch. Woohoo! Rothko says nothing but good news, but the bull market is going to be huge for the ecosystem. I know this is a bear market, and we've just had alpha drop news after one after another. We've got teams that are just building awesome stuff in this ecosystem. It is so exciting. Wookie needs to make a clone of himself. You do, Wookie. A whole planet of you would be pretty cool. How to get it, says Ryan. How to get it. All right, so if you want to get it, here is the link to PulsePot. I'm going to post that in the chat here. And Hexodal's already done it. Hexodal bit me to the thing. Well done, Hexodal. Hexodal is super fast on these charts. Got to be quick to beat out Hexodal on that one. Big shout out to Hexodal in the chat there. Rothko in house says Sandy Beach. Hexodal says hey. It's Hexodal. And of course, there is the link to Dick Screen. That's what I'm looking at the moment. And of course, what you can do is you can. I think you can just go to Matcher and you can just post the contract into Matcher there. We've got the PulsePot one here. So that's cool. And you just have to copy that and then put that in the Matcher. Or you can just trade on Pancake Swap there. Hit that. And of course, there is on the platform itself also a trade. So we're currently at $5.85. We've got some bit of buying coming in here. So that's kind of cool. We're going to come back to the chart. Let's see where we are to. So the actual... we're going to have a look at the contract on the network. So this is the contract. So I'm going to post this in the chat as well. So you can see there's a million BNB. Let me zoom in on this. We're going to go through everything, by the way. So we're going to do it in a little bit topsy-turvy. This is the official site, of course, BNB pot. So let me just put this in the chat there. This is the official Dapp. If you buy a PLSP, stake it. Remember, it's this is phase 1. 10 days later is phase 2, where the gaming will start. So this is really about you can buy and sell PulsePot, PLSP on PancakeSwap on the BNB chain. You can stake your PLSP, which is highly recommended. It's up to you what you do with your PLSP, though. But of course, you want to get the rewards from the profit sharing on the platform when it opens up in 10 days' time. Then you need to get staked. A minimum stake is 100 days. I think it's 100 days, yeah. And the minimum amount is 5 PLSP. You have the minimum to qualify is 5 PLSP. Very exciting. So we're going to get into all that. It's pretty cool. In fact, I might actually reverse this a little bit. There's the price at the moment. There is the Dapp, of course. This is the actual account. And let me just take this. This is on balances, but they'll be okay. I'm going to post that in the chat there. This is actual contract for BSB scan. Christian says PulsePot is going to be a heavy hitter because we all know people love casinos. That's true, Christian. I do have a YouTube channel on BetFury, which is one of the top crypto casinos. I have one of the top channels there. I have pretty big number of referrals over there, and of course it's a pretty big community. So I think PulsePot is having my knowledge of BetFury. I think PulsePot's going to do extremely well, and if it's the first one to be truly decentralized, where you get to own the casino as opposed to centralized ones, as good as BetFury is, it's centralized, right? So this is a very big game changer. I think it's going to be pretty awesome. The scalability, the horizontal scalability of all the games on that platform can be huge. And of course, it's going to be multi-chain as well. And of course, we'll be targeting Pulsechain launch when that happens. So very excited. Sandy Beach, you will have to teach Wookie how to be on 5 streams at once. Sandy Beach will teach you that. So will Hex Hodl. Hex Hodl is probably on as many streams as well. Both Sandy Beach, Hex Hodl out there. Sandy Crypto says, hello and please help, Sweetman. Please unghost Frost Dog in the live chat. He's been ghosted for 2-3 months now. Been following you since forever and tunes into all your streams. Thanks. Frosty Dog. Yeah, I remember Frosty Dog. I'm not sure why Frosty Dog was ghosted from that point of view. Let me have a look. I'll probably do that afterwards. I have to. I'm not sure whether he was saying something. I remember Frosty Dog used to be good. I just can't remember how that happened there. So I'll have a look at that one after the live stream, Sandy. Cool. There is the link there to BNB pot there. Apricots and house there. Woo! PulsePot to the moon. What's the symbol? And of course, the symbol there is BNBP. BNBP. This is on the BNB chain, not the Pulse chain. So Pulse chain is PLSP. Yeah. And so this is BNB here. So you can hit it there. I've posted the contract below. That is the contract. So you can see the symbol and the decimal places is 18 decimals. That is the contract. Starts in OX4D, ends in 931F. Very important there. We're going to go through that as well. So stay tuned for that one. And what else we got there? A couple more comments. PulsePot to the moon. What's the symbol? And we covered that one. 20% global staking up to 2 hours only, says KVL. Nice one. Well done. Good to see someone from the PulsePot there giving us some update about the percentages. I was going to go through that, but it's good to have it easily calculated. Maybe after an apology, says Sandy Beach. Yeah, I cannot remember, Sandy. You have to let me know. Let me know in Discord, Sandy. Sandy's one of our moderators. I just remember that there was probably a reason for Frosty Dog to be ghosted in the chat. We don't do that very often on this channel. Obviously, we're no drama family channel, but obviously if someone got ghosted, it means that they had done something or said something that was in breach of the channel ethos, as it were. For the rest of the Sandy King, yeah. Right out there, 20% of global stakes in less 2 hours. Well done, guys. Go stake. Absolutely go stake, folks. Do strongly encourage you to stake. You will get a share of the rewards on the platform, and that's what it's all about. So we will get rid of the traders and traders that, the speculators that want to dump. They'll just have to play that out. So pretty cool. He's awesome. There was a misunderstanding. It was innocent, but he never got a chance to explain. Never meant to offend. All right. Well, let us know in the Discord there, Sandy. We will address that at the time. All right. We currently got $5.90. Got to get a bit of a buying in at a buying. Bit of a buying. All right. So cool. That is the stake platform at the moment. Obviously, all the games are coming up in phase 2. Let me just zoom in on this a little bit just for you guys. And of course, that's all coming up. Look at this: jackpot, roulette, fortune wheels, sports, price calls. I love this stuff. And of course, there's no limit to what games they can pull on this platform. Really is going to be exciting. And of course, people get to buy these, get to buy the games. We already had obviously Roulette and Fortune Wheel come out. And of course, the jackpot's going to be launching too. So pretty cool. Game participation phase starts in 10 days. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Is that exciting or what? That is pretty exciting, folks. Very, very nice. You got the BNB faucet. Gives a little bit of gas fees. I'm not sure if that's actually activated yet. It wasn't straight away at the launch, but they were working on that. Got swapping and staking, adding to MetaMask, Chart, and Explorer. So it's got everything in there. It's really, really cool. We've got the swap, of course. You can do swapping. We've got the stakes as well. I'm not sure if the swapping is activated yet, but we've definitely got the staking there. And of course, you can pretty much will have your available BNB. Obviously, if you sacrifice, you will have that airdrop to you in your wallet. So check your wallet. You'll have to add the contract, of course. Add this contract here. Post that in the chat there to your MetaMask. Import it as a contract. And of course, that will show the token in your MetaMask. But you can see it on the blockchain. Just search for your address on this contract. All you have to do is go to holders and search over here with the right there. Paste your address in. You'll be able to find your address in there. Very easy to do. So that's cool. What else we got there? Tokenomics in there. So definitely learn the tokenomics upside down. You're wondering, hey, why am I doing stuff like this? Definitely get into that. You can see all profit sharing as well. If you're staking, that's what we strongly encourage you to stake, but it's up to you what you do. You're free to do whatever you want. That's just the way life is, unless you're under a regime. Okay, all decentralized games on BNB pots takes a small percentage fee from the winner. This fee is used to buy BNB from the market and distribute to our BNB token holders. Fees are distributed as following: 75% to monthly airdrop, 20% to daily buy and burn, and 5% to the weekly lottery there. Only stake BNB will be eligible for airdrop and lottery rewards. Stake your BNB here. So that's what we, get out there. Check out everything. You do it. And, of course, we've got pricing in here and fees and distribution there. So that's cool. That's all sitting there. We're going to come back to that in more detail. But in any case, there is all the stats that we're going to have here. Now, none of these are currently active, I don't think, at the moment, the stats, but they're coming up. And, of course, we've got the About page. We've got all why decentralized. We're going to come back to all this. We've got the little faucet there. You can paste your address in there. I don't know whether this is operating yet, but you can try it. They were working on it during Heinz Crypto there. We've got the participation, of course, the rules, and, of course, acceptable tokens, referral there. That's coming up for, obviously, the gaming. So if you're out there, a social promoter or a YouTuber or on some social network or whatever, just to tell your friends, you can do referrals, and that's coming up too, which I think is great. That's just one of the many incentives for the gaming when the gaming launches in 10 days. And, of course, there will also be, there's also 100,000 of the 1 million tokens is going to be dropped for gaming incentives. So that's pretty cool as well. Looking forward to that. And, of course, there's the FAQ. There's this day and night that's coming too, day and night. At the moment, we've got dark mode, which is pretty cool default. And, of course, here is the FAQ. So really good website. Man, I love these guys. I'm very excited about this. And no nonsense. Very easy, very intuitive to follow, and really, really cool. A lot of these features will be turned on as they go. So very excited about that. All right, so cool. We're currently at $5.95 on the price. Let's get into the sacrifice. Now, if you were in the sacrifice, there were 1,721 wallets. Total sacrifice was 805,498. That went to the individuals like you and me. And, of course, there is 100,000 kept aside. You can see 100,000 kept aside there for the gaming incentives. That's on each chain. Remember, this gets copied over each chain. So that's pretty exciting. BNB is first. Obviously, I think there's the team wallets, this one here. And then everyone else there are all the different accounts. You can see Sharks, etc., all the way down. So it's pretty cool like that. Might just scroll this down a little bit there. These are all the different ones here. Now, you should have all these people with their PulsePot should have got that all airdrop to their accounts. And from what I could tell, that has gone very smoothly. So just check your wallet and import the contract address for the BNB chain. You must be on the BNB chain, remember. So if you haven't got BNB on your MetaMask or whatever, you need to add that BNB chain into your wallet and make sure you can access that. You just switch between Ethereum if that's what you're mainly use to the BNB. All right, so cool. That is very cool. I'm going to post this in the chat as well, just in case you want to check. Maybe you forgot what you were actually getting in the sacrifice. You can definitely check that out. Bam, there it is right there. Boop, 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 boop. All right, cool. What else we got going here? Yeah, should have it in today. It should be there today. And, of course, this is the airdrop file there. You can check. Well, that's what you should have today. Sandy says he's awesome. There was a misunderstanding. I think we covered that one. HSI pools with Maxi Sounds Alpha. And of course, yeah, that's going to be really fun. We're going to talk about that later in the middle of our show. So the first part, we're doing the PulsePot launch. Then we're going to do the Hex ecosystem. Then we're going to come back to PulsePot launch. And so it's kind of like breaking up in thirds there. Can you make a tutorial on how to buy? Says Legal Blitz. Sure, I might think about that, Legal Blitz. I could add that in later today. I've got one video queued, so I could fit that one in there, Sandy. So yeah, that's probably a good idea actually. Staking how much APY? I might do a buy and stake video. That makes a lot of sense to me. Staking by how much APY? No one knows, Apricot. It's based on the volume and the profits of the platform. So no one knows. There is a referral program. I note that there'll probably be quite a few YouTubers and social people spreading the word about it. But of course, word of mouth is very powerful as well. So yeah, I'm not sure if they have an estimate APY on there. We might go back and check that. Faucet is working, says Kivit. So Faucet is now working, folks. So if you need a little bit of gas, basically, to do some transactions like staking or something, you paste your address in there and claim, and you'll get 0.01 BNB, which is actually pretty decent. I think that's what, like $2, something like that. It's pretty decent. So anyway, you can do that, and away you go. So and then of course what you want to do is come to stake and stake your BNBP there. So you can buy it on the market, of course. I posted the link to, or Hex Token posted the link to the market, and of course looks like the big seller there. There must be a big seller in there. In fact, we can come probably down to the chart here. We can probably see one of those. There's a $1,500. So they probably sold out their position, their sacrifice position, unless they were lucky to get it at $5. And there's probably a few traders in here. But trading does help liquidity. Just remember that, even though it's both up and down. Yeah, someone sold 407. I think there's the one here. So that was pretty there. So you're going to get a few of those. We've got to get rid of the weekends, as it were. And of course, that gives you an opportunity to buy into an awesome project. So you can see some other ones coming in there as well. So a bit of ebbs and flows there, but looks like we're starting to form some sort of price range here at the moment, up at almost $6. So looking kind of cool there. Very cool. Let's have a look here. So the other thing I was going to say was we've looked at the Dapp quickly. We're going to come back to this. We've got the sacrifice spreadsheet here. Let's go to the actual contract. And of course, we've got 1 million BNB. Remember, this is going to be on multiple chains, including Pulsechain. And of course, we've got 1,792 addresses. Woo-hoo-hoo! So that's positive, right? Because you think about it, we've got 721 in the sacrifice set. And of course, we've actually got 1,792 there. So that's pretty cool. What's that? 70 addresses? 70 addresses increase. And of course, this could just be the beginning because it is the beginning. It just launched only a few hours ago. So that's really positive. We can see the reward address there. That's for gaming rewards. I think it's based on if people do $50, I think it is. So pretty cool there. And yeah, we've got lots of other stuff in here as well. Lots of other big holders. I think there was a giant whale in here. I'm not sure if it's this one here. Oh, so this one. I think this is the Teens wallet, this one. 74. Let me just go back to the top here. Might be this one here. It's a little confusing. But definitely this one here is the reward wallet and so on. So very, very exciting there. We can see some pancake swap there in the pool and so forth. So pretty cool. That's the first page. To get on the first page, you need to have 2,737 tokens on there. I'm so used to saying PulsePot that I haven't got used to saying BNBP. So BNBP, let me just say that, BNBP, you need 2,737 to get on the top first page. Get on the second page, you need 1,287. 1,287 to get on the top 100. So if you want to get in the top 100 page there, that's what you need, and so on. So anything else that's interesting here in the contracts? No, I think that's pretty much. All right, so we're going to go to the contract and have a look at this. We've got DEX trades here as well. So if you look at DEX trades, it will show you what's trading there. You can see the DEX there is Pancake Swap. And of course, that's looking at this here. So if you're wondering what that's looking at, it's showing all the trades going through, buys and sells, no doubt. So there we are. Now we're going to have a quick look at the contract. The contract's pretty cool. We've got quite a few functions here. These are read-only functions, meaning that you can't interact with the contract. You can only just read it. There is a write contract, but you won't need to do that in most cases. So I think they might be mostly probably just global functions, but there is some burn functions, stuff like that. So we've got a few things here. We've got the calculate peer address there. What else there? Minimum airdrop. Let's jump through some of these. random number generator. That's cool. You've got to have a good random number generator. Total staked amount. So this looks like a staked amount here at the moment. Remember, there's 18 decimals, so you got to count through 18. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So it looks like we've got 313,000 staked from the looks of this, which is pretty impressive. So hopefully I added that right there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think that's right. So I think 313,000. That's pretty impressive out of 805,000. So hopefully I'm right there. Let me just do the quick math. We had 20% in there from one of the members of the team. So what's that? What did I say? 313. So 313. By 805. Let's hopefully I'm in the ballpark there. 38%. So if we jump from 20% to 38, that'd be pretty impressive. So the team member there can confirm that I've interpreted that correctly. So cool. And we got what else? We got a couple more comments in there. Yeah, I think it was Kevin said 20. Looks like we got 38 there now, based on 805. So I've excluded the 100,000 off there and excluded the teams off there. So it's the 805 gone to people. What else there? Mahalo Superman says, Sandy, hey, you're welcome. Mahalo to you. What else there? I think we've got Brendan says, sorry, Superman, I jumped the gun. That's all good. Yeah. BTC in the house. Hey, good to see BTC. And a log him as well. Pump your bags. Pump your bags. Yeah. Pump your bags indeed. Well, the only way to pump your bags is to buy. So that's pretty much it. So cool. What else there? So that's the total amount of stake there. So it's cool. Staking info, that's for the user, is user token. So last airdrop time. So that gives you the last airdrop time when the airdrop happened. We've got some lottery times in here. This will be all for coming up, and burn times that will be coming up, I guess, later on. Minimum staking time there. So this is in seconds, the minimum staking time. So pretty much that's 100 days. So that's 100 days in seconds there. If you're wondering what that is, minimum staking time. 100 days, and of course that is the minimum staking period on the Dapp here if you're going to stake period 100 days. So if you're wondering what that is, that makes sense. What else? We've got the name, and we've got the owner. So cool, that's the owner address there. And what else there? We've got the Pancake Swap Factory. This is where they set up the trading pairs at the Pancake Swap. What else there? Contract address there. That's our contract address. So 31F, and you can see that's 31F up there. So that's cool. User staking info, that's by user. Not sure what these ones false. So we'll jump through some of these. Minimum staking time is 100 days. So we talked about that. Staking list here, I think that's probably it. Staking minimum. So the staking minimum is 5. So you need minimum of 5 BNB, which is the native token of PulsePot on BNB chain. You need 5. So that gives you that. That's 18 zeros, I guess, and a 5 there. That's the minimum staking amount that you have to put in to get rewards there. And what else? It's got the symbol, BNB, token holders, and I guess it's not updated there. Total supply, that's 1 million. That's what the total supply is. We can see that at the top, 1 million there. So that's pretty cool. What else? Tokens, total staking. I'm not sure what that was for because that should update, I would have thought. Total user balance, I guess it's 980,000. I'm not sure what the differential there is between a million. Total user staking amount, that's for user. Yep, user, and the address there as well. So BNB address there. So that's cool. If we actually go to the right contract, you'll see that there's a number of functions. We're not going to go through all these, but you can see that there's a burn one here, perform burn, minimum staking there, stuff like that. So there's a few other things there. Not sure what all of those are for. But that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. It was a quick review of the contract on the BNB chain there. And of course, just remember this OX4D 80931F there. And of course, this is the trading pool. So here is the trading pair BDA. So if we go to, I think it's got it here, BDA. So, yeah, so through BDA is the trading pair here on Pancake Swap. So if we go to that contract and have a look in here, you can see the wrap BNB and the BNBP tokens. These are both sides of the pool, right? So we can see that, and of course, that's cool. Very nice. And of course, we're going to get to the Twitter. Pretty awesome here. Magic Carpet Ride involved, so that's pretty beastie boy. another big YouTuber there, and of course that's great for PulsePot, great for everybody else having big YouTubers in the space, and of course having a good YouTuber army gets the word out on YouTube. Obviously, there's plenty of other social platforms, so spread the word out on all those as well. Get excited, Pete's PulsePot goes live on BNB, and they were excited about that. So big shout out to Magic Up Rides. Obviously, we had 8 hours ago, we had all the build up here, 1 million BNBP airdrops staking starts. Now, I must say the airdrop went very fast and very fluid. In fact, probably the fastest airdrop I've ever seen. I've watched quite a few happen in real time, and so big shout out to Jacob for that, because that was pretty efficient and happened pretty fast. Trading on Pancake Swap opens as well, so it's pretty cool. And of course, we got sneak previews of all the Dapps there. Obviously, the big launch party there on Heinz Crypto. Big shout out to him, and hope that he is safe over there. I think wherever he is, and I think it's not sure if it's Florida, but there we are. Obviously, an hour ago, PulsePot put out this official "We are live." BNB airdrop completed. How fast was that? Super fast, man. Honestly, it was so fast. And the website BNB Pot there. And the token address, of course, just remember that, so that you're using the official one. Don't fall for any scam tokens or any scam emails or giving you a free bonus or giveaways. If you're not getting it from the official team, ignore it. You will get scammed, and you could lose all the other assets in your wallet as well. Just be very careful what you do there. A BNB Pot there is the swapping, and of course the staking is there. We've posted a lot of that stuff in there. Very, very cool. Here's an example of the swapping as well. I'm not sure if the swapping actually works, but we'll see. Definitely the staking there. So definitely, if you're buying or selling, just be careful there. I'd probably just buy at the stage, and if you are not sure that the values, make sure you always check the values. Then of course you can also just buy straight away here on on Pancake Swap, just to make sure that the values in the swap, make sure the values in the swap here match up with the values in the Pancake Swap trading as well. All right, so what else there if you're buying and so forth? Let me have a look. So cool. I think that was pretty much it. So yep, I think that's kind of it. Now PulsePot's going to be launching this game. This game is going to be launching 10 days away. So cool. Looking forward to that. Obviously, this is operating on testnet here, I think, on the Rinkby network. So looking forward to that. We've had lots of people actually playing it. It seems to be they've been playing it every time I jump on here. Every so often, there's always some playing. Sometimes I play it as well. So it's just fun to do that, which is pretty cool. In fact, you can actually see that. Actually, I'm not sure if I'm on BNB network at the moment, but it's pretty cool. So we're looking forward to that. All right, cool. That's pretty nice there. So let's jump back to the price at the moment. $6.15. Woohoo! Yeah, baby, warming up. Accumulate. That's what you do. And of course, once you've done that, you can stake it to make it. And of course, you just have to set the stake here. And of course, put your stake BNBP in there. And of course, stake away you go. You probably have to approve the spend and then stake is what I imagine. So cool. I haven't even got around to that yet myself. So I'll be looking to do that later on. What else there? Kevin says 31.41% stake so far. Okay, cool. So that's the official now. My number was an adjusted number, but it looks pretty good. So coming in late, hey everybody, we'll have to watch the beginning to see what I missed. Says Ted. Hey, welcome, Ted. Good to see you in the house. And of course, let's see where we are. So yeah, I've got the numbers. If we go to the contract here, we've got the read numbers here, and of course, what do we have the stake number? I think it was this one here. So this one here, it looks like 315,000 has been staked so far. So 315,000. Remember that there's a million, but out of the million, there's 100,000 in the rewards token. This is for the gaming incentives, which I think is it one PLS or one BNBP for every $100. I think it's $100. Yeah, $100 spent or bid into the game. So I think that's how much it is. So cool. So cool. And the other thing, of course, you can actually trade on BNB on Pancake Swap here. So you can trade here. So with BNB and BNB there, so you can do that. Or there's a swap feature on here. Just make sure that the swap feature matches up with the BNB. Make sure they match up so you have make sure that that's working. Sometimes I was playing around with this earlier and it wasn't quite right. So just do that double check there. It's probably working now because they probably got onto it. But the other thing, of course, is the faucet is working if you need a little bit of BNB and you want to do some staking. I love this website. I think they've done a good job with it. I love the branding on BNB. Really, really nice. So a big shout out to Jacob again, and so forth. So I think that's pretty much the highlights there on that one. Looking really good. And let me know in the chat there if anything else that you guys want to talk about there. We're going to come back to this as well. All right, so we're going to quickly jump into the second section of the live stream, and then we're going to get back on the third section. We're going to come back to BNB PulsePot, so stay tuned for that. We'll see how it gets on. Currently $6.21. People are accumulating. A nice little profile here in the chart. We'll come back to that in a minute or two and check out on the staking percentage as well. Key things are, of course, you've got your airdrop today. You've got your so you've got your airdrop from here. There's this sacrifice set. You have the chance to accumulate, and of course, some people are selling. That's always part of the mix. And of course, we have people accumulating now. We can see that in the chart. And number 3, of course, staking. Encourage you to generally stake. It's up to you what you do, though. And of course, 100 days there, you will get to share in the profits of the platform, which is going to be launching in 10 days. So we've got the some of these games. I think it's Jackpot coming out first, and so forth. So cool, man. It's going to be so exciting, man. I'm so excited for that. It's really cool. Now I've got the tokenomics here, of course. 75% to monthly airdrops, 20% to the daily buy and burn, 5% to the weekly lottery there. That's going to be pretty awesome. And you can see them counting down at the moment. So I like it. I like it a lot. All right, cool. Really, really cool. All right, so let's jump over to quickly have a look at the crypto markets. At the moment, BTC holding on to 19,293. And of course, ETH there at $1,310. BNB at 282, holding pretty steady. The market's holding out pretty well, actually, especially after the stock market got hammered, but the crypto's holding up pretty well. For BTC to get real bullish, we need to get over 19,600, 19,700, and it hasn't done yet that, so we'll just keep looking out for that one. Lunar Classic, what a crazy thing Lunar Classic is. That's been performing still, obviously with the burn there from Binance, stuff like that. What's our XLM? Up 5%, so that's sort of doing okay at the moment. We've got another one that's in pretty green here. RSR, have no idea what that is, but it's up 20%. All right, cool. Let's jump over to the Hex prices, and we're going to rapidly go through this. We've got Hex just under 3.3, so we didn't quite get that breakout we were wanting. We're actually doing pretty well. We look like we might get a breakout here at 3.4. We've got the 3.55, and of course, I was slightly more confident that we'd get a little breakout here. We had to, and that was to potentially we could get up to 3.7, 3.8. But here we've gone down. So there that's the way it goes sometimes, 3.3. And of course, we did have one issue with the Bollinger Bands. They weren't quite tight enough, but we were getting that cross in the chart. I might talk about that tomorrow. We might talk about it tomorrow, and we'll see where we end up with that. I haven't actually pulled that chart up. Maxi, of course, had a big sell-off yesterday. Woo! Boy, oh boy, got all the way down. A big whale, or two big whales sold. One's more modest one, then a bigger one. And of course, we got the price went down. The premium versus Hex 2.26 went all the way down to 2.12. Incredible. And then of course, took a while to get back up here, and it's only back up at 2.26. So taking a time to get back up there. And of course, you can see, look what happened on the hourly. There's the big volume candle, and it took a while to slowly just start creeping back up there at the moment. So this is pretty much Maxi. We've got the team there. Let's switch the price to team. So team sitting at 7.5 cents there, and one Maxi to team 98. So that was a premium of 1.17. Now it's below 1. OMG, you say OMG. So a little bit of just shows you what a couple of whales can do to the chart, but it is starting to recover a bit there on the Maxi. We've got Hedron though. Hedron having a pretty good day. Obviously, if you checked out my video on Poly Maximus, the launching, going to basically bring the same idea of pooled stakes for Hex over to pooled stakes for Hex HSI stakes. And of course, they're going to be competing for the auctions that are coming up 13th, 14th November. And of course, it's going to be pretty cool to see that. So they're going to be building that out over the next 5 weeks or so. And of course, they're going to have to build out the bidding maths to make sure that they're bidding at the values and trying to get the big pools. And of course, that's going to be really good. A lot of benefits on that. Check out my video I did on that on Poly Maximus. Huge. And of course, will really benefit the smaller people being able to bid like a whale into the Hedron HSI Hex stakes auctions, which are pretty awesome. So it looks like that may have even helped the old Hedron chart here. It's back up over 3,000 at 3,100, looking pretty good. All right, so cool. Let's quickly jump through the BNB chain. Obviously, we're on that with PulsePot. I'm going to have to add PulsePot onto this, aren't I? Because obviously that's going to be pretty interesting. That. Yeah, cool. We've got PulsePot. We've got Pulse Dodge here at just under 4/10 of a penny. Really weakened off here. Did Pulse Dodge down at 3,692. So well below 4/10 of a penny. We've got P33 slightly making a little bit of a comeback, just slowly and surely, back up to 12 cents off the bottom at 8 cents. And, of course, we've got IM here trying to do something, but failing at the moment, 6,300, trying to get up there, but nothing really happening. Let's jump over to the airdrops. Woohoo! Now, this is my call for the moment is PLSD. Now, this play might be over, say, the next 2 weeks. So Pulse Dogecoin. This is on the ETH chain, of course. This is the big meme coin that got given away. Now, this is probably going to take maybe up to 2 weeks or something to play out. But this is definitely the next big play outside of PulsePot, of course, which we're talking about today. This is pretty neat here. $4.30 at the moment. Did rally up, pre-rally there. And we were watching this chart pretty closely. We got a couple of comments here from Pulse Bitcoin, because obviously it's going to move to a dual token system of some form. Pulse Bitcoin is looking good. I do believe that even a few haters that I don't like Pulse Dogecoin will absolutely love Pulse Bitcoin. Soon, my friends, soon. Good to see them using the word soon and not imminent. He's got launch imminent here, but it's not imminent. It's soon. The launch is soon. If you think you know how a Pulse Bitcoin will operate or what it is, I assure you, you do not. So we're looking forward to the gamification. I do think that we might see some pretty interesting gamification from this founder here at Hex Info. In my opinion, it's much better than what people currently think it is, i.e. staking for PLSD. So yeah, I don't think it's staking for PLSD. I think we already had that hint already that you will need PLSD, I believe, to probably amplify your position in the Pulse Bitcoin, but that's as far as we know. And he did allude to that in the tweet earlier. It's not that, but PLSD is most certainly an important part of the Pulse Bitcoin ecosystem. So there we are. We got a little bit of alpha there from the old one there, so I might retweet some of these. Finally, if you live under a rock, Pulse Bitcoin there, so I like that one. All right, cool. So that's pretty much the update there from that one. So cool. Let's jump away from that and let's quickly move on to the weight token. Obviously, I did a video on 3 stable coins for Pulsechain, not 1 but 2 or 3, but 3. Yeah, not 1 but 2, not 1, not 2, but 3 stable coins for Pulsechain. It's going to be absolutely epic, right? We need stable coins big time. That's a huge part of the market, and of course, check out my video I did. I think earlier yesterday or earlier today, really early. I think I launched it like 12:30 in the morning, something. So check that video out on the stablecoins. Big deal for Pulsechain. And I've got another follow-up video coming later on in the day for Pulsechain, so check that out. So 6/10 of a penny at the moment, sitting in the range. So nothing there. Most people are waiting, and the more you wait, the more weight tokens you get. All right, so cool. Let's jump over to the wildcards quickly here. We got what's PZN at the moment. Sitting at just over 7/10 of a penny. Had a pretty good day, actually. Had a really good back rally up here, all the way down from just over half a penny up to almost 9/10 of a penny. Just have a little bit of trade off there. So actually really good. Got back over the support line of 7/10 of a penny. And of course, people have been getting, their, what do you call it? Their payments. Because if you're holding your tokens, you get paid from the trading volume. And of course, there's also some burned as well. So that's from Conrad Z in our community. Now, of course, Trayvon has got the More token. This one's really struggling. Is the old More token. Actually, might pull that back there, but you can see that broke the lows there, lower low there, and struggling there at 72. I would like to see. I might go and watch one of his live streams to see what he's been saying about the More token there. That's pretty much it. So that is the charts, folks. Let's just quickly jump to Ether. Our forks, Hex obviously got forked over to ETH Power and of course ETH there. So we're gonna have a quick update on that. We can see the liquidity at the moment. We've got 49,000 transactions on ETH Power with $4 million of volume. That's pretty consistent with yesterday's numbers. And of course, you've got the block height there. Hex is number 2 there, number 5, number 7, and number 9. So 9, what's that? 4 out of the top 10 at the moment. And of course, you can see the price has actually slipped on the network. Liquidity is still holding up fairly well, but you can see the Hex ETH. This is actually ETHW, not WETH, not wrapped ETH. It's fallen down to 0.001, so 1/10 of a penny, and you can see it's down 22% on the 24-hour. Remember, this reached a high of 4/10 of a penny, so it's just down quite a bit from that, which is a speculative play, of course, and everyone got their forks over. Now, the only updates that we've had from ETH Pal is a list here. We just released the first batch of ecosystem dApps and services. So this is definitely worth checking out. Free dApps website functionality. So that's from ETH Pal. So if you want to check that out, that's the ecosystem. I'll put a copy of a link to the tweet there and check that out. Bam. And there it is there. So that's for the ETH Pal. Obviously, if you were part of the fork, you would have got all those assets copied over Hex and Hedron, Maxi, and all that sort of stuff. All right, so cool. Let's jump over to the next chain, of course. Next chain is ETH Fair. You can see the liquidity volumes here. And, of course, Hex dominating. Look at that, Hex dominating. And, of course, Maxi's in there as well. So very, very nice, obviously. Uni's fallen to the wayside there. But the prices are down as well on the old Hex there too. Obviously, Hex is down on Ethereum, but these are down pretty significantly. And, of course, we're down just under 4/10 of a penny, which is not too far further than yesterday, but it looks like it. It says 16 to 30% or 16%, 20% there. So, yeah, just under 4/10 of a penny there. So you think about it, Hex on the ETH Power network is at 1/10 of a penny, and this is down at 0004. So there we are. What's it? 2.5 times lower, somewhere about that. So that's pretty much it on those chains. And of course, we'll keep tracking those. Obviously, they are the poor man's Pulsechain. That poor man's Pulsechain. That's pretty much it. Now, I want to do a quick shout out to the PulseTube. He was also in the chat there on Heinz Crypto's launch for PulsePot. Big shout out to him. He's been doing a great job with this. The best thing I love about PulseTube is that not only are they innovative and they're really putting all the YouTubers on here, they don't discriminate. They don't block you out. If they don't like videos, they're not blocking you out here and there. We've seen that on other sites, and we don't approve of that on this channel. We like people to be able to freely create and put the content out. And of course, diverse content creation is really cool. Obviously, we've got a cool new format here. We've got Gen Hex on at the moment. Hex Token, of course, which you're watching. Hot Dog playing his little chill beats there. He's been doing it all the time. Don't know how many people listen to that, but he's got a couple of people on there. So cool. And of course, you got all the YouTube, all the latest stuff there. So big shout out. We've got all channels as well. News channels, daily, weekly. You can see all the channels here. Pretty awesome. 1,555. We need a over 5555 sub button though. We need one of those. So cool. But you can see all the YouTubers in here. Man, is this great or what? So great for Pulsechain, great for Hex, and great for all the projects on there. You got all the different categories you can explore, including projects, and of course you got the dailies. I think we're on dailies quite a lot there. So yeah, Hex Token there, chilling on the dailies, along with Jim Rap Crypto and Sam. So pretty cool there. So very nice. Big shout out to the PulseTube. We appreciate it as the content creators, and I love the neutrality of the platform. Very, very cool. All right, we're going to get to the Hex Daily Stats coming up pretty soon. I think we're on day 1034, so that's going to come up shortly. But before we do that, we're going to jump back to, you guessed it, BNB. And, of course, that's our main coverage for today's live stream. So we're back here again. Woo-hoo. We'll come back to the Hex Daily Stats when it comes out. Who else is in the house there? With Shano. Good to see you, Shano. Woohoo! Get excited. I'm struggling to keep up. Who dare say crypto's dead, says Shano. And you got to be fast. You got to keep on to it, that's for sure. Ted, yes, you can get the airdrop if you sacrifice. Yes, PulsePot was a sacrifice. And, of course, this is it here. And there were 1,721 wallets of the PulsePot sacrifice. 805,498 went to people that sacrificed. There are 100,000 BNB tokens for the reward pool for the gaming. And, of course, I think this is the Teams wallet here. So the Teams wallet there, just under 10%. What's that, 9% something? Cool. And, of course, we had lots of all the whales at the top. So you got the whales at the top here. See little whales. You see little shark images here. Goes all the way down, right down the bottom. Squids, turtles, crabs. Crabs sounds so bad. Goldfish. Goldfish there. You can see the goldfish. What else there we got there? There's a few people in here at the moment. It's pretty interesting. What else there? You got starfish. Starfish. It's got a few different categories that we haven't got in the Hex. Starfish there. What else there? We got a few others. Yeah, look at how many. That's pretty cool. We're down to 1,000. So there's 1,000 here. What else do we got? What's this? Plankton? I'm not sure if that's plankton or whatever that is. Is it jellyfish? Oh, and seaweed. We've got seaweed as well. Now, these guys have been creative in PulsePot, haven't they? We've got seaweed down there. These are different categories of holders, how many you've got. These have got little, like 1.2 PLSP. The PLSP is for Pulsechain, but of course it's BNBP for the BNB chain. They're launching on multiple chains, 5 chains as I understand it, and that's pretty cool. So interesting enough, when we covered BankX yesterday as one of the 3 stable coins, they're actually looking to launch on something like 11 to 15 chains, and the first one is BNB. So they're following PulsePot from that point of view with the old BNB one. All right, so cool. This is the actual blockchain though for the BNB. So it's the first launch on the first chain. I'm very excited about this, and I think congratulations to Jacob and the team there. And we got up to 1,802 dresses. Woohoo! Yeah, boy, we're growing in users, and that's the key thing. Right? That's a very important statistic. We started off with 1721 here, and we're up to 1802. So very nice. 1802 minus 1721. That's up 81 wallets. Woo! And we're only a couple of hours old. Very excited there. Oh, we just had a big profit take. So we have a bit of a battle here, and we're expecting to have this in the first day because we've got to get price discovery right. So we're having a big holder here. Just sold 1,500. We were getting up to $6.32. And of course, they just sold 1,500 here, $8,700 US. And of course, that gives a buying opportunity for people to come in. So just the way it goes. And of course, we had one here and one here. And this is the price discovery phase, and of course the chance to accumulate, but you've got to wait for these sellers to sell out. And of course we've only just launched. Let's have a look at the staking numbers though. And let me get rid of that comment there. Sorry about that. I stubbed my crypto, says woohoo, higgity doo. Yeah. Sorry guys, late to the party. Crypto Dan in house. Good to see you, Crypto Dan. We're having a lot of fun, man. We're having a lot of fun for sure. Rotho says I'm in the UK, so it's 1:20 a.m. and watch it every day if I can, but a close friend passed away and just back from the wake. Very sad to hear that, Crypto Dan. Thoughts and prayers go out to their family and friends and to yourself. Jay Man in house hit the like, definitely smash the like. Where's the sea lice, says Shana? Well, there was seaweed. That's the closest one there, seaweed. The dust sack, says Brennan. Yeah. So cool. I think we're up. Let's have a quick look at the stake amount. And I'm going to go to the contract. Hopefully my numbers are close to the numbers there. We're up to, let me just refresh that. Maybe I don't have to refresh that one there. 316. Let's see if it's 316 at the moment. So I'm going to take that number, 316. If I divide that by 1,000, is that going to get me close? 31.6% at the moment. But if I take out the other wallets, then it's really much higher than that. 316. 316 point divided by 805. That's how I have the math. That would give me a staking percentage at the moment of 39.25%, which is pretty good if I'm accurate about that, which looks like I am. That's a pretty good number. Very cool. All right, let's go back to the site here. Very cool. Look at this, man. Look at this. Is this cool? What? So gaming and participation starts in 9 days and 23 hours. You've got the BC Force at the swapping, the staking. Which is really cool. You got the block explorer, everything here that you would possibly need. They really have thought well about this. Very cool. Obviously, the games come out roulette. We saw the auctions go off for the roulette. So if we scroll down, we can see some of the auctions that they had. These are people, basically people could buy the house. We had the fortune wheel, BUSD, cake, ETH, really neat. So cool stuff there. All the auctions, BNB, BNBP. So people winning that was pretty exciting. I think we might still have some of the prices there. It was pretty epic. So let's have a look at that. Yeah, we had some bids here. I think, yeah, so the winning bids, I think this one was a 6 ETH there for that one. So for the BNB, BNBP, very, very cool. So they'll be excited now to see the launch. These guys that bought all these tables in the casino for these games will be very excited. And of course, we look forward to them funding those games. And of course, people being able to play with those games. Now, I know, I'm pretty sure Jackpot is out first. I'm not sure the rundown of the roulette and the wheel, even though they've been auctioned off. They may be coming out straight away. We'll stay tuned for that. But in any case, I am expecting the PulsePot one to come up. And of course, we looked at that earlier. And we've got the sports coming up, of course, and the price calls. They're coming up later. And of course, there's no end to the scaling of this platform. Really, really cool. Obviously, staking at the moment is the main drive. You've got your airdrop, and of course, you staked. If you haven't got an airdrop, you didn't participate in that, you can buy on the market at the moment, and it's currently at $5.35. Thanks to a bit of a whale that sold, or a large holder, and you get a chance to accumulate at a lower price, which is pretty good. Very, very nice. I'm waiting for a lot of the stuff for the sellers to sell. So I'm waiting for that. That's my strategy. You can have your own strategy, of course. And we're watching this pretty closely. Very exciting. All right, so cool. The airdrop was so smooth, It happened so fast. The addresses just went boom, 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 and all the stuff. It was so fast. That is really, really, really good. And a big shout out to Jacob once again and the team. 32.35% says Kevit, DeFi, and very cool. Yeah, I've got my figures are adjusted. I'm excluding. You're doing it over $1 million though, aren't you? I'm doing mine over 805,000, which excludes the reward pool and the team's wallet. So kind of feel like that's a good adjusted number. Let me know what you think of that. Thanks, Danny Beach, says Crypto Dan. I think that's probably it on there. Hey, welcome everybody. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the likes. Hey, we had 5,900 subscribers, and we're rapidly growing. So 5,918. It's been a good couple of days. I've got a really good Pulsechain video coming out later today, and I probably will be doing a buy and stake for the PulsePot one. I'll put that out too. It's pretty easy to do, but some people find that easier with the contracts, knowing what to do step by step. So I'll try and do that later on too. It shouldn't take too long, couple-minute video. So very cool. $5.39 at the moment. We've had a high so far of $8.40. And of course, we've had the low is pretty much the issue price here. Start off at $5 and away we've gone. So very, very good on that one. Now, the $30 guarantee price, that occurs when the gaming starts. And of course, that's for the platform only. And then the idea is that arbitrage may end up equating that into the market. So we'll be watching out for that in the future. It's definitely some way down the path. What else there? Crypto Dan says, Suitman, do you have a TikTok? I do, Crypto Dan. Maybe I should add that into the Discord there as well. Yeah, if you haven't joined our Discord, we got all the information, man. We've got a great community, and that's the number one thing. We have a really good community. If you haven't joined our Discord, hit the link in the video description. We're almost up to 800 people. We're climbing up there, 774. We've got quite a few people welcomed recently. The King, Walk there, Alman, Kujio, Pornick there, Sketch03. Some people got some crazy names out there. Indo-Pacific, and of course, Suitman. So we're going to be watching this guy because this guy here looks like he's a scammer. So this one here will probably be banned right now. So I'm going to have to kick this one, unfortunately. We're going to kick that one. So cool. I'm going to have to kick that one. Yeah, okay, kick that one there. Then we're going to kick that one out. So anyway, I'm going to kick that one out there because that is a scammer coming. But we deal with these guys. Crypto Curious, Mud Dog, RD as well, N777, Davey. So we had lots of people joining. Big shout out to all of you that have arrived. Very, very cool. And what else there? I think that's kind of it at this stage. So get into the general chat. We've got useful links for all the info. So if you want to get all the info, download on Pulsechain, PulseX, and Hex. Definitely check that out. If you want to look at new token links, like PulsePot, for example, you can check this out. We've got all the links here as well. So very, very cool. And there's PulsePot video review. I did a video review of that. And of course, the sacrifice was 100% sold out. PulsePot website. So definitely check out all that stuff. It's very, very cool. We've got all the Pulsechain projects. We've got Pulsechain sacrifices, hot pulse list reviews, and of course the Pulse Place, which checks out airdrops and contracts to make sure they're safe. So very, very cool. And of course the community general chat for Richard Hart tokens, and of course new token chat for new projects. Boy, I'm almost tongue-tied there. New token chat. I have to say it a bit slowly. For new projects, then you can check that out. And of course, we've put all the PulsePot stuff in there. Look at that. Woohoo! Very exciting there. PulsePot. Also, the price chat there as well. If you want to get in and talk about, BNB or any other charts you want to talk about, get in there as well. Very, very cool. All right. I think that's going pretty well. let's get back to the chart here. We're back up at $5.60. And of course, we're going to have, got to get rid of the weekends. Gives an opportunity for you to buy when they do. And of course, that's just the way it goes. Ebbs and flows. But of course, we're counting down pretty much to 10 days away. Can you believe it? And let's go back to the PulsePot here. 9 days and 23 hours and 28 minutes and 35 seconds, 34, 33, 32. You can sit there for ages. But that's pretty cool. We already know how many seconds that was, right? Because it's on the contract. Where did I say it was? We got it down here somewhere. Minimum staking time. We know this is how many seconds I don't have to be counting all the way to the gaming going live, which is pretty crazy numbers. 8,640,000 seconds until well, that's the staking amount. Sorry, I must apologize. That's the staking amount. That's 100 days. So I mustn't confuse myself there. All right, cool. So these are the main things that happened. The airdrop happened, which you can see. The airdrop happened, and of course, that you just import the contract. So you want to import this contract here to your wallet and MetaMask. Pretty easy to do. And of course, then you want to stake. So if you're committed to the project, and of course you're looking for those juicy crypto profits, then you want to stake. And of course, staking is here. And you just put the amount in. You probably have to prove the spend in your wallet, and then you can stake. And the minimum stake is 100 days there. Then you'll see that there's an airdrop rewards. Your stake percentage and stake percentage of BNB there. You got the global stake. Oh, here is the number here. I didn't realize that's the number that you're quoting here. That's funny. I kept missing that because I was jabbering along. But there we are. 32.43% is the global stake. My number that I'm giving you is an adjusted number, but I'm pretty sure this is the number that they've been taking. And of course, it would be from the one here, 316. Let's see where that number's changed actually. 316. Not minimum staking time. Where is it? Minimum staking. User staking info. Was that the one? No, I can't remember. That one? No. Yes, that one. Yeah, so it's gone higher there. So 317. So 317.763. 317.763 divided by 1,000. That's going to be a slightly different number because I don't even know why I'm dividing by 1,000 because it's obvious what that percentage of this. So 31, 32. So that's slightly different from this number, but that's pretty much the number there I've staked, 317,000. And of course, that's pretty close to the number there. So I'm sure it must be pretty close on that one. All right, cool. My adjusted number, of course, if I take out the big stakes, is up near 40%. So cool. I'm taking out these two numbers here, these two wallets. Yeah, there is a big giant whale, of course. They got 261,000 BNB. So I'm not actually sure where they are on the wallet because I can't see them under holders. If I look at the top holders, I cannot see that wallet here sitting here. So I'm a bit confused by that. That's a little bit distracting. This number here is a little bit lower than I expect that to be as well. Yeah, not sure what's happening with that top wallet. In any case, maybe it got broken up to many wallets. Maybe that's what happened. I don't know. It's got one wallet here, one wallet. So I'm not sure what's happened there. I guess I could have a look for this wallet, and let's go do it. Always fun to look at the whale wallets. Okay, they got 262. Looks like they've sent it to another wallet there, 242, and that's then broken it up into 223. Looks like they've just broken their wallets up. So that's what they've done. They've just this whale's just broken up their wallets into many addresses. Yep, that's all they've done. So some of that is interesting because some of our wallets then would be from that whale, creating maybe 10 wallets or something, or 20 wallets, 15 wallets, 10 to 15 wallets. So it's pretty interesting. All right, cool. That is it. That was a bit of interesting insight there from the big whale. Big whale there breaking up its stakes, which is not surprising there. What else? We've got a couple other comments in there. We got I like the new format, super nice one, KD. Hey, appreciate that, KD. Yeah, I'm doing one live stream a day, and of course then doing short form videos, and I think that's fitting pretty well. I think it's going pretty well. Yeah, look forward to my next Pulsechain video, and of course I'll be doing a buy and stake for a PulsePot. That'll be coming out. That'll be a short one too. Howdy all, says Matt. Good to see you, Matt. Rip Scammer, says BC. Crypto Dan in there as well. Let's go back to the price. Currently at $5.55. Hey, 555. Woo-hoo-hoo, 555. That's our favorite number in the Hex there with the 369. So $5.55 in the old PulsePot. Looking good. What else have we got going there? Terry Doc in the house. Hey, Superman and family. We'll catch up later. Bedtime here in Scotland. Hey, Terry Doc. Always good. Pleasure to see you. Man, every time I see Scotland, I always want to go to Scotland. This is part of how it goes. What else we got there? Got a few other people. Rothko says pretty cool how you can be the casino. I think so, Rothko. I think that's really innovative. In fact, let's go to the top here of the PulsePot here. We can see that. Let me just refresh this and go to PulsePot. Just make sure I've got everything here. Okay, so they've had another post here. So 32% total supply staked 2 hours after mint, which is really good results, folks. Really good. So big shout out to all those. What are you going to call them? PulsePot, BNB, PulsePot Exicans or something? I don't know. But there we are. That's a really good result. 32.15. Really, really cool. And I like it. I like it a lot. All right, so cool. The other thing I was going to say, obviously, if you're wondering what's so special about PulsePot, it's going to be the world's first decentralized casino on chain. It's going to be awesome, and you get to own the house. They have auctions, of course, and they bid away the different tables. Let me just show you some of the images that they've had on here, and of course, this is the new Dapp. Looks great. And of course, these are some of the auctions that they've had in terms of the tables. So if you own these NFTs are tables, you'll be able to basically they'll show up here on the roulette table. All the people that own these tables will show up here. Excuse me, and you'll be able to bid on those, and just like you would a normal casino. But the table you're bidding on is basically someone that owns that, someone else owns that, and they're running that business as a business. They have to provide the liquidity. The maximum bet can only be as much as the liquidity that the contract can confirm. So, you know, if I think it's in a roulette, was it 1 in 38 chance of winning if you did a number? I think 137, 138, one of those numbers. You know, you do liquidity up to that. So depending on how many times, how much you put in there, it has to be 1 times 37 is the max. So if there's not enough liquidity, you can have to lower your bet pretty much. I think that's how it works there. And they've got the fortune wheel, which is pretty popular. I must admit, I do really like these fortune wheels. So it's probably a bit of a bent for me. I actually do like roulette too. That's pretty cool. They're going to have sports and price calls, and I love price calls. I'm just letting you guys know I love price calls. And they've got sports coming up too, which is obviously super popular. Now, obviously, I said I run one of the biggest BitFury casino YouTube channels, and it's really cool. So to see something like this is revolutionary in crypto, and of course, a casino is really, really cool to see. And so this is going to be really exciting. Not only that, but it's going to be on multiple chains, 5 chains, including Pulsechain, of course. So very excited for that. And basically, if you sacrifice in the sacrifice list, you're going to get a copy of your coins on all those chains. So we got that's going to be multiple value there. And my strong encouragement is to spread the word. And of course, you know, tell more people about it because it's going to be really exciting. Particularly if you know people that like to do iGaming or play on crypto games, then definitely spread the word to them because that's who the market is, right? So cool. Now this is you know, on the speculative end compared to say staking and Hex and things. These are very different parts of crypto. You know, there's NFT, people into NFTs, people into different things, so just take them into account. GameFi, stuff like that. So cool. Metaverses. Who spends their time in metaverses? Few people spend. A lot of people in the art community spend their times in the metaverses. I know that much. NFT people spend their whole time in metaverses. Is sort of they put their goggles on and away they're going through the worlds. So yeah, there's definitely plenty of metaverses around. All right, $5.48 at the moment. Woohoo! We've got 228 buys, 104 sells so far. And of course, a lot of people got the airdrop, so we've got to get through all that, you know, all the people that decided I'm going to sell out, you know, so we're going to get rid of through that. And of course, there's a lot of people wanting to buy, waiting on the sidelines to wait for a lot of this activity to go out. And you sell, because a lot of people want to pick up more volume if they do. Now, if the opportunity abodes, of course, the opportunity may not abode. And of course, maybe the price just keeps going up at some stage. Maybe we get rid of, in the first couple of hours, we get rid of a lot of the sellers. Away you go. But I suspect we're going to have a pretty, you know, interesting time over the next day or two. So let's see how we get on. But currently at $5.48, which is above the launch price of $5 here in the liquidity pool. We're up still about 10%. So there we are. We did get as high as what do we got? As high as 68%. So currently at 10% at the moment. So we'll keep watching this. This chart's actually a little bit different than a lot of charts, if you noticed. This chart's looking a lot different. And oftentimes we have this giant big candle at the bottom, and then we have this big loop down, and it goes down like that before we start getting some rise up. This one here is very different. So nice to see, actually. It bodes well, I think. And these people that wanted to sell and get out, they're gone. Yeah, unless they want to buy back in again, that's the way it goes. Maybe they want to buy back when they see how successful it is once the gaming launches. It's very short-sighted in my view for this type of Dapp. If it was a Dapp without any actual economic activity like this, I'd be like, oh yeah, cool. But when you've got something that's going to be actually an ongoing business, then it's kind of a bit silly, especially one like this. Casinos are typically very good, so we'll keep watching. And this is the world's first, right? World's first decentralized casino on chain. Very excited for that. And of course, there is a good number of YouTubers that were promoting PulsePot. I'm thinking of Fashion Coda, Corey Costa, and Magic Outright, I think, and a few others. Definitely Heinz Crypto, of course, have been out there as well. So I think there's a few others in there as well. I'm missing off the list, but definitely looking good. We'd probably easily find that just by buying PulsePot. Let's do that. Let's do it. Let's do it over here. This is a special launch. Let's do it. And let's just type in PulsePot in the chat, in the old search there. We got Fashion Coda was covering PulsePot. Who else was covering PulsePot here? We got Dr. DeFi here was covering PulsePot. I'm not sure why I'm getting all these other videos in here, because I looked up PulsePot. This is how bad the algorithm is on YouTube. We got Corey Costa here covering PulsePot. So you can see some of the YouTubers here as well. I'm not sure why this shit's flooded with so many other things in there. Corey Costa again. Who else is in here? Yep, so there's a few, at least probably half a dozen at least that got reasonable sized channels that are promoting PulsePot, which is good. All right, cool. Let's get it on here. $5.57. Got a bit more buying coming in here. Nice to see. And of course, at the moment, let me jump out. What am I doing in this one here? I don't know what I'm doing in that one. The Pancake swap, you can buy it on here, but also you can buy it on the swap. Let me know in the chat there if you've actually used the swap and if the swap is actually working at the moment, because just let me know if that's actually linked up correctly. Remember, it's good to make sure that the values on Pancake swap and the swap ticket in here match up. They are sourcing the same contract, but it's always good to know. Now, the faucet is apparently working now, so you can get a little bit of BNB if you need that for staking. And of course, your staking is over here, which is pretty cool. We're currently at 32.5% of stakes, which is pretty good in a couple of hours. It was a really good result. We will see where we head after 24 hours, 48 hours. We'll see where we head up on that one. Stake 100 days there as well. So cool. What else? There's the price. Look, going pretty good there. And I don't know if we've got any more updates. Have we got any more updates here on this one? Let me just refresh this one on the old link. Did I post this? I don't know if I posted the actual link to Twitter. Definitely check that out. I think we've probably got the Hex Daily stats out, so we're going to go check that. And I've got a couple more comments in the chat there as well. We're heading up to an hour 15. So cool. What else there? When Pulsechain launch, maybe today's here, maybe DB, maybe one day closer. That's for sure. Brennan says, I like the new format as well, but I like the two streams more, says Brennan. Yeah, well, a lot of people were asking me for short form videos there, Brennan. So probably just that balances out a lot better, I think. But I will be doing 2 live streams sometimes, depending if I'm interviewing somebody or something like that. I do have an interview coming up, so that's coming up soon. Crypto Dan says, if you're intro into the metaverse and boxing world, Boxing Boys NFT is really cheap right now. Check out the game they're launching, says Crypto Dan. Looks really cool. I like Big Hex and I cannot lie, says DB. Is PulsePot an airdrop? If so, who qualifies? Arizona, no, it's a sacrifice airdrop. So you had to have had sacrificed. This is the sacrifice list here. There were 805,000 tokens. It's going to go launching on 5 chains, so people get this dropped on different chains. BNB is the first chain. 805,000 tokens have gone to the majority of people. The rest of them are to the reward pool for gaming, and of course, when gaming launches in 10 days' time. So yeah, no freebie there, but you can buy it on the market at the moment, and this may be an attractive price. You'll have to decide, but gaming is starting in about 10 days' time, and you can see the gaming here counting down, and jackpot, roulette, fortune wheel, and more to come. So definitely check it out, Arizona. It was a sack, says DB. It was indeed. All right, so cool. Now I'm going to post, I'll post these links to all this stuff in the Discord. So most of it's already there under new token links. And you can go to new token links and go up to PulsePot, but I will add in probably some of the market stuff there too. So check that out. All right, cool. Let's get into Hex Day stats. One day 1034 is hot off the press. Was it the 1st of October? Can you believe it already? Remember, we've got that big stake candle coming out too. So let's pull out the stake chart because that was coming out today, the big 770 million or something. So we've got 3.3 cents at the moment, slightly down from yesterday, 4%. And we've got the payout per T-share, 6.14. Share price at $800. The T-share rate gone up quite a decent amount, 13.1. And of course, we've got that big stake coming out today. So there must have been a little bit of stuff in there that caused that. We're at 24,230. Remember, you can get a Hex stake at Hex T-share at a third of the price if you stake for 10 years, 20% more per year, or 200% more shares over 10 years. The average stake length 6.63 years, which is pretty amazing. And of course, the APY there 37.38%. Liquidity in the pool gone from 240 million to 268 million X, and liquidity of USDs from 12.6 million down to 11.3 million, and the Ethereum there 1339. T-shares down a whopping 21,000 because that big 770 million Hex stakes coming out there, and so we're down to 10,478,000 T-shares. Remember, Hex is easy to understand. We have a reward pool with inflation and penalties in it every day, and of course we have T-shares as well, and the T-shares is the ownership pool, and of course they own the rewards. If one of those two changes, then the Hex payout per T-share, it changes. That's pretty much how that works. Let's have a look at some of the numbers. You can sort of see a circulating supply increasing, staking decreasing there, and of course the stake percentage of coins 9.76%. Pretty modest penalties today, 482,000 in the reward pool. And of course, the stake number is pretty low today. I haven't seen a number that low for a while, but still growing. 14 there, up to 109,756. Wallets up 32 to 310,607. And our big milestone, we're looking at 500,000 total holders as a symbolic number here. 207 today. We are so close to 500,000. That's going to be a pretty cool symbolic number. We're currently on day 1,035, 60 days. Woohoo! 2 months. Until technically 2 months. 2 months until the Hex's 3rd birthday. Woohoo! 60 days. Let's bring it on. And of course, we'll be in our 4th year after that. It's going to be very exciting. Congratulations to all Hex stakeholders there staking their T-shares. Let's have a look at the staking ladder. This is the global staking ladder for everybody stakes in Hex. And let's have a look at the numbers here. You see the big candle came out, 770 million X there. We've still got these decent short stakers. Most of these are short stakers, and they keep restaking pretty much. I'm not expecting too much drama there. Maybe a bit of interest selling, but not too much there unless they surprise. The Hex chart is the one thing you can do TA so much, but of course, if a whale's going to buy or sell, it's hard you can't really anticipate that, right? You can see the big candles coming out, but maybe all the big candles just restake. It's not, doesn't necessarily mean anything. All right, so cool. That is the whale bot there at the moment. So no news in there. We haven't seen any drama. If we see any drama, it might be in the next hour or two. That's pretty much it. So cool. That's Hex daily stats. Woohoo! Rock on. And of course, the Hex at the price at the moment, 3.3 cents. Maxi at 7.5 cents with a premium of 2.26 after the big whales, 2 big whales sold yesterday. And of course, the ratio there fell down. Let's have a look at the Maxi team ratio. 0.98. So, 1.1. So it's back over 1 to 1 now. But getting a bit more strength back there is the Maxi team ratio. Hedron, of course, is at 3,100, having a good day yesterday, and now it's got a new candle. Pretty much it. Let's have a quick look at our airdrop, which is the PLSD one. This is the one I'm watching over the next 2 weeks. $4.45. $4.45. So we were watching that one pretty closely, waiting for that dual token system to come out with Pulse Bitcoin. Very cool. All right, we're going to jump out of there, and of course, we'll jump out of here. BTC at 19,255 and ETH at 1308. Living the dream, my way. But of course, the big news today is the PulsePot launch And man, I'm so excited for it. Congrats to Jacob and the team. Really is a big deal, and we look forward to the gaming launching in 10 days time, or 9 days and 23 hours. And of course, that's going to be a lot of fun as we come up to that. Now, there will be a referral program, remember, to spread the word. So there's a little bit of self-interest there. But of course, self-interest, was it the invisible hand in economics? And of course, that means the invisible hand. That means your self-interest. It makes you, it sends you to work. You go to work in your self-interest, and of course, you're productive. And of course, that benefits society as a whole. And maybe we reach some sort of Pareto equilibrium of optimal outcomes. So it's kind of a bit like that. Very cool. All right, so that's coming in as well. I think you can actually find your referrals down here. Click the referral there, and you'll be able to connect your wallet and get an address when it comes activated. So that's coming up there. You got referral statistics as well. So there's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, people playing will be able to, when they play, they will actually get, there's a reward pool there, 100,000 BNB. That's given out per $100. I think it's one token per $100 betting in there. So it's a pretty good balance there that should bode well. So looking forward to that. Now it's interesting when you do BitFury, there's a when you wage, the amount of waging it does, it emits you the native token on the platform on BitFury. So it's kind of got a similarity to that. It's kind of a lot of similarity there as an encouragement. And of course, if you own that token and you stake it, you can get a share of the platform profits. And if you don't stake it, you don't, which is a pretty fair way of going. All right, cool. 32.59% global stakes, and of course it's higher than that, around about 40% if we exclude the reward pools and things like that. So very nice, very good results. Let's see what else. We've got a couple other comments there. Arizona, method to the madness. Not sure if there's any method, but excitement. Matt and Barty says you're interviewing the man himself. Says Matt. I don't know if I'll ever be interviewing Richard Hart. I think that's more people in the United States that probably have access to Richard. I thought you were talking about the band, says Arizona. Oh, right. Okay, cool. Shano says, woohoo, I made it. Hey, good to see you, Shano. Who else is in the house there? We've got Blobfish King. Hey, all good morning from Australia. Big shout out to you, Blobfish King. And Davis is in the house there as well. Pretty excited. Good to see you, Davis. Hex gets Pulse launch for its birthday, says Matt. Yeah. Wow, what a party. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, man. We could, I don't know, maybe we'll get the earliest date I think we'll get Pulsechain is Christmas time. But of course, I think most people are now expecting maybe Q1 23 at the earliest. We will see. We'll see how that gets on. I had lots of people writing comments around the delay. And of course, hope you guys enjoyed that update from Kev, the dev. I think he's a contributor to the dev pool, not one of the, I'm not sure to what extent he's doing Pulsechain devs, but he's definitely a volunteer contributor there as well. So big shout out. And of course, I posted this video. It was a bit of a highlight from Hexologist's interview. There wasn't really anything new in that interview. If you watch it, if you've been around for a while, there's a few, Kyle goes and deep dives into a few of the technical things, which most people don't need to know. But it's interesting. It was an interesting interview. It was nice to see his perspective on things, that's for sure. All right, so cool. There it is. So let's get on to it. This is the main drive, of course. Make sure you get yourself following BNB, PulsePot here on the followers here. Looks like they're already climbing in the followers, so definitely go and follow there for all the latest information. Gaming will start in about 10 days' time, so that's going to be pretty cool. Obviously, if you're a sacrificer, this is the sacrifice set there. You can get access to that. I might post that in the new tokens links. So if you want to go to new tokens, I'll add all these links in here for new token links. So you'll be able to find that under PulsePot. There'll probably be about 4 or 5 links in here by the time I finish on that one. And of course, obviously, if you want to check your accounts, if you want to import the contracts, right? You want to do that. If you want to buy, of course, you can buy on Pancake Swap. If you're going to buy on the swap feature here, just make sure that they line up. Just make sure that the values line up. I don't want you guys losing value if that's not lined up properly. I'll probably check it after the live stream, but in any case, let us know if you've actually anyone's bought on the swap there. But you definitely want to make sure it's the same value that you're expecting to get as well. All right, cool. I think, did I cover all that? I think I did. I don't know if I had gone through much of this. So we're coming up to an hour and a half. Let me just have a look here. Tokenomics, I think we'll go through this a bit here. Now, I did go through this. If you are staking your BNB, your BNBP, which is a native token, you will be eligible for 75% of the monthly airdrop. And of course, 20% of the profits are going to go to the daily buy and burn. So that's going to be a buy and burn, not just a burn. That's basically like PulseX, okay? So 20% is going to go to buy on the market here and then burn it. Burn, baby, burn. So that's a real good fundamental for this site here, folks. Really, really cool. 5% is going to go to the weekly lottery. So you could end up winning quite the bag from that. And of course, 75% is going to the monthly airdrops. If you're staked, you're going to get some of those GC returns there. And I'm looking forward to it. So it's going to be really good. Only staked BNBP will be eligible for the airdrop and lotteries. And you can stake your BNB, of course. And very cool countdowns here. I see they've got the lottery and the burn already starting in 24 hours. So that's got the countdown for the 24 hours for the lottery. Wow, that's so cool. And the burn in 23. That's pretty interesting. I'm not sure how that plays out, but not sure what's with the clock there. Those clocks, I guess they're accurate. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if those are supposed to be 23, was it 23 days? Airdrop 23. Look, if you're staked, there might be a little bit of something surprise. Maybe if you stake early, there might be a little surprise there, folks. That's all I'm going to say. Maybe there'll be a little surprise if you are staked early. Maybe there will be. I know someone asked Heinz Crypto on his YouTube channel, and he said, well, who knows? Something like that. I can't remember. But hey, maybe if people do stake, maybe there's going to be a little surprise, a little sweet airdrop surprise. Who knows? No expectations, but it's possible. Just trying to interpret this myself. So yeah, let's see. You just never know with some of these projects. Fees. Holding BNBP in your wallet reduces the fees you pay as a winner of a game. So if you're going to participate on the gaming platform, fees can vary from 3% to 1.5% depending on how much BNBP you have in your wallet at the time winning. So that's pretty cool. It's another incentive. Not only do you get airdrop rewards and potential lottery wins, you got the fees there as well. It's pretty cool. Token distribution, 1 million tokens supply, 80% distributed to early sacrifices, 10% reserved for participation phase, and 10% reserved for team wallet, which I've showed you kind of these top wallets here. So it's pretty cool. And the pricing, BNBP will always have a minimum value of $30 inside the contracts. Very important to know. Contracts for the BNB pot. If the market price of BNB rises above $30, the price will follow up. So the platform price will follow up. If the BNB price is above $30 on the market, the contracts will add 10% premium to the price. If the market price of BNB falls below $30, you can effectively buy it on the market and play with the increased value. That's very cool. So that's really the secret sauce there. If the market price of BNB falls below $30, which currently obviously it's at $5.56, you can effectively buy it on the market and play with increased value. So that's pretty fun. All right, cool. So looking good there. And of course, we're going to wait for these stats will all start to play out once everything kicks off. But it does indicate here that we've got a countdown of 24 hours here, 23 hours to go on the lottery and burn. So if that is accurate, then we could get some fun things happening here. Just wondering how the burn would occur, but because there's not any gaming on at the moment, so that's going to be pretty interesting. I'm not sure what that's about. And lottery in 23 hours. I could understand possible lottery, given there's a bit of a reward pool there, possibly, but no expectations there. Airdrop in 23 hours. Was it 23 days? Airdrop there. I'm not sure what the countdown's saying. 23 days and 23 hours for airdrop. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is either, but definitely in 10 days. Maybe the airdrop is counting down, so maybe at 23 days, the first airdrop happens. Of course, the gaming has to start in 10 days, then maybe the first airdrop in 23 days, and of course that'll be the first time you get 75%. That's kind of seems like how it's been set up. Very, very cool, and of course there is the faucet as well at the moment. So get yourself staked in there, folks. 32.69% so far, and only a couple of hours in. Pretty awesome. Very exciting. Now I'm going to, I think we're going to wrap up here. An hour and a half is pretty good. And the price at the moment, $5.55. And of course, let's see where it goes over the first 24, 48 hours. Always interesting. Typically early accumulation, but of course, wait for a few weekends to go. And then, of course, you can accumulate more volumes. That's pretty much it. Make sure you do your own investment due diligence. Nothing on this channel's investment advice. And of course, a big shout out to PulsePot and Jacob and the team and all the moderators and admins there. Big shout out to Heinz Crypto as well. That should be a lot of fun. Don't say this, sir. One day closer, says Debbie. You don't like me to say it. Oh, you're talking about the Q1. Richard Hart is putting on the beef driving around, and that 700K rolls, says Crypto 10. Yeah, I'm sure he is. That was a great interview, says Sandy Beach. 1 month closest DB, says Brennan. If sacrificed on ETH chain, do we get our airdrop when they launch on ETH? Thanks. You're talking about PulsePot. If you got PulsePot, you got on BNB. You just have to import the contract there, Sandy Beach, and you'll see your BNB in your wallet. So that went so fast that the airdrop was fantastic. This is a pretty smooth launch. I think there was one little issue with the faucet there. Everything looks pretty good to me. Token Hex Thomas Turner, good to see you in the house. Very, very excited. So looking good, folks. Huge update. Now I'll be covering this again in tomorrow's live stream, and we'll see how we get on 24 hours later with the early pricing and of course the staking percentages. And it's going to be a lot of fun for sure. There will be some people that sell down in this token early, and they will regret it later on. So it's going to be fun to see that. All right, cool. I will catch you guys soon. I've got another video coming out later on. I'll do a short video on how to buy and stake PulsePot, and also I'm going to do a video coming up on Pulsechain. I think you guys are going to enjoy that too. And if you haven't checked out my videos the last couple of days, go check them out. There's some really good ones in there. The last one was, of course, the 3 stable coins coming to Pulsechain, which was pretty good. We got Coast, we got USDL, and of course we got XSD, I think it is, from Pancake. So they're launching first on BNB too, by the way, the multi-chain, which is good because then you can see whether the actual stable coin concept actually works or not. It looks pretty good. I think they dropped a lot of the Terra Luna stuff. There's got a little bit of Terra Luna ideas in there, but I think they've sort of a mixed bag of gaming concepts there for the stable. So we'll see how it goes. They do have a adjustment mechanism, so we'll find out. All right, $5.48. And of course, I will leave all these links in Discord and here. So if you want to get hold of those, you can. Let me wrap up here. We've got a few more comments. I'm going to leave it on the price there for sure. What else there? Okay, thanks, says Sandy Beach. I like this new format, says Sandy. Hey, Sandy, I appreciate that. And Rothgon House, peace. Right, as long as I live on this. As long as the live stream is at this time. Yeah, I think I keep it this time, Sandy Beach. It's when the Hex Daily Stats comes out as well, and it's a pretty good time for me. And it's also the turnover of the Hex Day, so I think that's good. Shannon says, thanks, Super. Hey, you're welcome. All right, let's party on. We're going to play out some party music on the way out. Let's play on the, I wish I had I'm going to have to do a PulsePot one, aren't I? Wish I had a PulsePot one. I don't have a PulsePot one, unfortunately. But we're going to pay out the Power City core teaser. This will be one of the top dApps on Pulsechain. So I look forward to it. Take care, everybody. Peace out. Big shout out to PulsePot team and to Jacob. I look forward to covering this in the weeks ahead. It's going to be a lot of fun. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.